Well, hello everybody. In this video, I'm starting things off a little differently. So I'm editing this video. It's about 1 a.m., 1:06 right now. And I've come to the sad realization that I just simply did not record as much as I thought when I was out in the field making this video. But I'm actually really looking forward to showing this one because I captured what is probably my favorite shot of the summer. And honestly, I think it's one of my all-time favorite shots. I really connected with this one after coming home and taking a deep look at it and getting into the editing aspect of it. So I really want to show it. So it is also one of my favorite subjects, astrophotography. And it is from a location that I have had many difficulties with for one reason or another. And that is Crater Lake in Oregon. So for me, every time I've gone, I usually am only able to go when it's later in the season. So the galactic core does not align in the same way that I want in my mind. So it'll just be off in the position of the sky and not where I want it. In a moment, we're gonna jump right into it. You get the privilege of just transporting yourself there through this video, while my wife and I drove first 4 hours to one location, which we quickly found out was not going to work for astrophotography, and from there drove an extra 5 hours on a whim to Crater Lake. And it was a huge risk. We didn't even know where we were gonna spend the night after that, but it worked out. So stay tuned, and I think you're gonna like what I've got in store for this. And real quick, I should probably start saying this. My name is Alvaro. My wife calls me Alvi. You can call me that too if you want. I am a landscape and portrait photographer from Vancouver, Washington. So, the Portland area, but I try to avoid Portland as much as I can.
So we quickly packed our car with the essentials and hit the road. Now, I believe that the hardest part about landscape photography is actually getting to your destination. See, once you're there, you can always change your camera settings to something else. You can move from one spot to another if you don't like your composition. But with astrophotography, it always includes an extra layer of difficulty. Timing is crucial with astrophotography. You want to get to your spot before the stars do. You also hope that the sky is actually visible and not covered in clouds once you get there. And remember, you're also going to be working in pitch black darkness. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we packed enough pillows? Of course not. You can never have too many pillows. Or coffee. It looks like Kayleen could use some.
But yeah, now we are at Crater Lake, and I've scoped out the area. Actually, here, there's this app. It's called PhotoPills, and it lets you basically line up your shots to kind of help you wait. Let me see. I hope you can see that. I know there's a lot of glare, but it'll let you line up the galactic core with your subject. One of the most important things about astrophotography, the night sky shots, where people go wrong, especially, and this was me in the start, where people go wrong is focusing too much on the sky. In order to get a memorable and really good astrophotography photo, it's actually more about what you put under the sky. For example, this image of a road and the Milky Way, the galactic core, meeting in the center. It's memorable because of the road. The road has meaning. Roads are associated with travel, journey, so on and so forth. And that road is what makes the galactic core just really pop. So that's just one example. And here at Crater Lake, beautiful place, but it's another one of those places that is kind of unforgiving. If you show up, there's a ton of mosquitoes. If there's no mosquitoes, well, that's because there's a ton of wind. It snows most of the year here. In fact, there was a snow warning today, and it's like July 26th. So it gets pretty cold up here. So it's a pretty unforgiving place, and it really makes you work for the shot. It is currently 8:11 p.m. and according to photo pills, the galactic core should be visible at around 10:15 p.m. And it is of the utmost importance that I get out there right after sunset, get my shots ready, everything, my composition ready, take a few shots so I can know where I'm going to be focusing and hope to get a good shot. Otherwise, this trip, it's been fun. This trip's been a lot of fun, but obviously you want to get a shot, and I haven't gotten one yet. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to get out. It's cold, it's windy, I've been driving all day.
And it's cold. It's really cold. I got out and I wasn't even out there for like 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, back to the car.
Typical Oregon though, that we're both really cold, and there's this dude in like basketball shorts, or no, he was wearing cargo shorts, a t-shirt, and
flip-flops.
Flip-flops, yeah. Typical Oregon. I mean, we're kind of from here, but I've never been that hardcore.
I'm just always really cold, so I should have known to bring my fleece-lined
It's in there.
pants.
Oh, your pants.
Yeah, because that's usually what my legs get freezing. Everything's freezing for me.
I really don't want to get out.
You got this. You're doing it for the 5 followers watching.
5?
6. If you count
I have 77 subscribers right now. If I could hit 100 by the end of the year, that would be cool. But I want to hit 100 subscribers that actually watch my videos. But anyways, I have about, oh yeah, it's sunset. So I have about 20 minutes until the sun fully sets. And then during twilight hour, or it's blue hour, I'm gonna go out there, set up. Essentially, I'm trying to spend as little time as I need out there because it's kind of brutal with the temperature. But I've also got some extra non-photography gear that I feel like are vital for outings like this. There it is, and it is truly, truly wonderful and amazingly beautiful. Something about this tree, I don't know how old it is exactly, but it is very, very old. Anyways, let's talk some composition. This alone right here would make a really good shot. This tree is very interesting, it's ancient, and then you have, I think it's called Wizard Island. However, tonight, the galactic core will not be coming down this way. It's actually gonna be a little further over here. So I'm gonna try to fit this tree in there somewhere. I just hope I have enough room. So I did manage to get out of my car, and now I'm out at the spot I'll be taking the photo at. And yeah, it's kind of miserable, but that's okay. If I got a good shot out of it, it would have been worth it. But man, look at that background. So cool, really nice. All right, so my non-photography photography equipment. First one is a chair, because you're gonna be out here for quite a while. After that, well, I have some beer in the car. It's in the cooler, it's in the back. Don't drink and drive, folks. Don't be stupid. Got some warm coffee as well. I've even got some, the stew is cold, but I've got ways of warming it up. You wanna try and find ways to make times like this a little less miserable. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind, but it is going. So I'm gonna set my gear up and see what we can get. And I'll give a quick rundown of what I'm shooting with. Okay, so check it out. The obvious shot has become my shot. I'm shooting at 16 millimeters currently, and I'll show you the back of the screen just to see what we're working with. So this does include the entire tree, and oh boy, it's cold. I'm gonna do some focus stacking with this part right here so I can get this entire tree in focus, and then later on in a couple hours when the stars come out, I need to basically merge those set of images into one. But yeah, who can complain about this view, right? There it is. The wait is brutal, and this time I think I'm on my own.
Let's take a look at what I've got so far. So obviously, this is not astrophotography, but I figured out a key detail to my shot. With this photo, now I know what will go under the sky, and I'll have an interesting subject to look at before the stars arrive. And by getting here early on time, I'll now have extra time to capture all of this beautiful, crisp detail on this ancient tree. And I just love how it's leaning forward towards the sky. It's almost as if it's waiting there with you. It's also looking like it wants to tear itself up out of the ground. Now, I vividly remember at this point just desperately wishing for some coffee.
So my lovely assistant brought me my coffee, and this is probably the most I'm gonna get her to do tonight because it's really cold, so I'm not gonna keep her. Thank you. Can you get my camera bag, please?
All right, time out. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you just go and get your own camera bag? Let's just say that I did not want my tripod and camera to become part of Crater Lake. And with this wind, I needed to stay back and hold it steady while that was going on, as well as my camping chair. So thank you, Kayleen, for getting my bag.
I just left my camera bag over there. Look at that sunset though, isn't it beautiful? No hug?
Here.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy your K-drama. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go over a little bit of what I'm doing here. I've already taken some shots, so I'm going with this scene right here. I've got this lovely, really old tree that I don't know the name of. Of course, got the island, and I've already taken some shots. That way I can at least have some photos with this lit up before it gets pitch black. Now I'm waiting for the stars. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be right over the peak of the island. It's gonna be more like this way on the right side. So we just missed the alignment. Let me show you kind of what I'm working with. I'm shooting with the Sony. I'm shooting at 16 millimeters at f1.8. So yeah, it's my new lens I got I think like 2 months ago. And it's the first time I've actually been able to bring it out to a shoot like this. So will it dethrone my favorite 24 millimeter? Probably not, but we'll see. Well, it's starting to get pretty dark here, but we still have a little bit of light in the back. So we are about 45 minutes out from the stars coming out, and maybe 5 minutes from me running back to my car to get warm. What I'm doing now to pass the time is basically take the same photo but with a slower shutter speed, just a longer exposure. That way I can get different options to work with as far as the actual lighting of the tree and the foreground itself, because if it doesn't add up or match with the shots that I'm able to get later on, it'd be kind of a bummer because I don't live very near here. So figured I could do that, pass the time, and yeah, keep me occupied. My last shot now, I'm shooting at still, everything's the same, f11. My ISO is at 640, so as long as I keep it under 1,000, I think I'm good. And at a 5-second exposure time, plus a 2-second shutter delay. That way it doesn't capture me pushing down on the camera. Here's what I'm talking about. So here's the first image I took. You can tell the lighting is definitely brighter, not as much blue going on as this image here that was taken maybe 10 or 15 minutes later. And then this image is even more blue. So I'm probably gonna go with one of these later images to merge with the photos I'm able to get of the night sky. So, but it's good to have options. Make sure everything matches. Well, we are now about 30 to 45 minutes out from having the stars come out, and I can see some of them already. I don't think my little camera is gonna, oh, actually, yeah, you can kind of see one up there in the sky, but the sun has not gone beneath the horizon entirely yet, as you can tell from behind me. And let's see, this is the scene that I'm looking at, and yeah, okay, you can definitely see some stars with this little camera, which is really nice. I've basically just been suffering here for, I don't know, almost an hour now, and I've got almost an hour left to go, but I think it'll be worth it. One thing though, besides the cold and the just being out here on your own type of thing, this wind is actually messing with my shot, because more than one time now my tripod has shifted downhill of all places. It's still a far ways out, but it is on a bit of a slope. So I noticed on one of the shots that I took, it was blurry, and all the other ones I took were not. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to check on, is after each shot, make sure that everything's still in focus, because if the shot is being taken and there's movement, any little movement to the sensor, it's gonna mess up your entire image, and we don't want that. So one more thing to be aware of. Hopefully the next time I turn this camera on, it'll be the time. Okay, we have a blank screen. That means that a photo is being taken. I think it's at 13 seconds of exposure. There's a satellite in my photo. We'll see how that turns out. Hard to see, but yeah, you see that streak in the sky? Yeah, that's not a shooting star, unfortunately. That's a satellite. There's some stars starting to show finally. I'm running out of things to say. There's not much more to say at this point. My settings have changed to 13-second exposure. I'm still at f11, so I can get everything in focus, an ISO of 1000. Later on, I'm going to go down to like f2 or something, so I can actually get the stars when they're out. And if there's any streaks in my photo, I'm just gonna say that they're shooting stars and not satellites. Well, I hate to jump in like this, but it was actually around this time that I stopped recording what I was doing while I was out there. So overall, it took me about 2.5 hours, and normally I don't get to my destination this early, but I think I'm going to start doing it because it gave me a lot of opportunity to get shots at different times, so that I have a lot more to work with when I get back home to edit. If I had kept recording, I probably would have said something along the lines of, if this shot turned out any good, here's the shot. And if you know where that line is from, get in touch.
This was the reward for my efforts. I drove for hours and then waited even longer for that beautiful night sky to show up. Now, in order to create a photo like this, I knew that I would need more than one frame. So this is just 2 photos merged into one. The first one gives all of the attention to the foreground. That includes that tree, the trail that leads down into the lake, and then of course that beautiful island inside of the lake. The second shot is focused on just the sky, and that one was very tricky because later on it got very windy and I didn't want to lose the position of the galactic core in the sky, but this was the closest that I could get. Now, as for the composition, this beautiful ancient tree that might not be here in 10 years' time was going to be our main character, and the idea is to have it guide the viewer's eye up into that beautiful night sky, right into the galactic core. Now, once that was done, I wanted the galactic core to lead you back down towards the horizon and into this beautiful, still, calming blue lake with that beautiful island. And then finally, that island leading you to the trail and then back up towards this tree. Now, as for that big flash you can see in the horizon, I have no idea what that was, but I thought I would leave it in there, even though it's a bit of a distraction, simply because to this day, I don't know what it is, and it's part of the story that I experienced while I was there. To me, this photo tells a story. The tree almost looks like it has arms, and like it's looking up into the sky with hope. It's desperate to leave this position that it's stuck in, and it pushes forward every single day. It's currently grounded, and it has been for centuries, but it continues to lean forward towards its dreams. Well, at least that's how I see it. Maybe you see something totally different. Either way, I'd love to know what you think. Now let's check back in with this delusional photographer and see how he's doing on site.
All right, I think I actually got the shot. This is definitely the best conditions I've had so far at Crater Lake, and I wasn't really planning on coming here originally. To tell you the truth, I don't even know where we're going to sleep tonight. I have a vehicle full of stuff that we can move up front.
I mean, we could just sleep in these seats.
Absolutely not. And yeah.
Why make life easier?
So, wow. Overall, a great time. I hope I got the shot. I hope you, whoever you are, enjoyed the video that I managed to stitch together. I'm still, still pretty new at this. But it's a great time. And for everything, at least I get to see myself progress and get better throughout time. But this was a lot of fun. Oh, one thing. Over there, we're at the spot that I was at. I know I mentioned it already, but the later it went on and the darker it got, it was just like your brain, your mind just starts to play tricks on you. And it got so windy that my tripod slid a couple inches and I had to hold on to it. And I had my chair, it's just like a camping chair. I'm like, man, I really hope that thing doesn't fly into the crater and into the water, because number one, I hate polluting. That's what I would be most mad about. But then I'd also lose a chair. So, but yeah, it got super windy. Basically, the wind, the cold, the darkness. You had a few things against you, but I think I got it.
Nice.
Woo!
Lots of sacrifice for the ultimate photo.
Before I end the video, I'm just gonna ask, please subscribe to the channel. My goal is to make one of these a month. That's kind of a pretty big goal for me right now, but also a huge thanks to my lovely, supportive wife, who gets cold super easy and still managed to bring me my coffee when I was out there by myself. She didn't stay with me, but she at least brought me the coffee. So thank you, Kaylee.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, and come back for the next one.